Fox 5 News at Noon starts right now.
Breaking news right now at noon. Threats made to a Newton County high school force students and staff to evacuate. Good afternoon and thanks for choosing Fox 5 for your news at noon. I'm Alex Whitler. This happened this morning at Newton High School. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor is there now. Angelique, what can you tell us?
Good afternoon, Alex. There has been a lot of confusion and a lot of misinformation about what actually happened here at Newton High School. I want you to take a look at the scene here. Lots of parents rushed here this morning. You can see they are still parked and lined up here on the street. A lot of them wanting answers, wanting to know exactly what happened. The bottom line, all of the students are safe and there was no active shooter here. Now, Sky Fox 5 was over the school as it was evacuated after threats to the student and staff came in this morning. Now, we are told those threats came in via phone calls and text messages around 8:15, but they came into the West Side precinct of the sheriff's office and they were directly targeting the school. So law enforcement immediately came over, did a thorough search of the building while the students were evacuated, and they found nothing. Newton County Sergeant tells us how this all began. Take a listen.
This morning we received some threatening texts that they were going to do some harm at the school. At that time, the school was evacuated. All the students were removed to a safe location. Extra deputies were brought in, and we searched the school methodically to make sure everything was cleared.
Now, we've also been told that a female student had a seizure in the midst of all of this. She was taken away by ambulance. So because of all of this activity, the school is going to have an early release today at 12:30. The buses will actually come in around 12:15. Lots of anxious parents, but the bottom line here, all of the students are safe. They are still investigating who placed that phone call and those text messages into the sheriff's office. We are reporting live in Newton County. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Okay, Angelique, thanks for staying on top of that. Let's turn our attention now to the weather. Here's a live look across downtown Atlanta from our Georgia Power camera. You can see there's something happening in the weather world. Let's check in with Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Ryan Beasley. You said that we could have severe weather as soon as this afternoon.
Right. Exactly, Alex. You can see the storm brewing on the horizon there. A lot of threatening skies across North Georgia, much different than the beautiful sunrise that we had. But remember, red sky in the morning, sailors take warning, and that's what Mother Nature was doing for you today, as we do have a level 3 risk for severe storms down in southwest Georgia, where they're under the gun right now with an active tornado watch. But the risk for severe weather gets weaker as it moves to the north. But grazing our southernmost counties, once again, Troup County in the conversation for one of the highest risk for the potential of severe storms later on today. And then notice that for Metro Atlanta, it is a level 1. Right now, temperatures are in the 50s and 60s. Look at all this rain-cooled air. Very interesting that we have an easterly component wind, yet we're in the 70s in Athens, Bogart, down through Madison, Eatonton, out towards Newton and Walton County. You're in the 70s, and up in the mountains, you're a little bit warmer as well. But it all has to do with that ribbon of moisture moving from the southeast to the northwest. So kind of a backwards motion here, and there will be pockets of heavier rain at times, but the severe weather still well to our south, and you can see it blasting parts of South Georgia with an active tornado watch. So the timeline for us brings in that second wave of moisture during your evening commute. Notice how this model in particular weakens that line as it rolls through Metro Atlanta, and then a third line rolls on through. So this storm system kind of has a little bit of resemblance of a tropical-esque storm, where you're getting bands of rain and outer bands from a storm system. So we'll continue to monitor this situation and let you know if we have to be concerned about tornadoes later on today, coming up in the next few minutes. Alex?
All right, Ryan, thanks. Developing out of southwest Atlanta, where medics rushed 2 people to the hospital after a vehicle slammed into an apartment building. Crews are now in the process of checking the rest of the building to make sure it's structurally safe. Fox 5's Brooke Zahner is at the scene along Joseph E. Lowry Boulevard.
Well, the scene itself is clear, but the damage is very much still left behind. You can see that you're basically looking directly into the bedroom of an apartment building here at the Ashley College Town Apartments, right off Joseph E. Lowry Boulevard in southwest Atlanta. This is where Atlanta Fire Rescue tells us a driver crashed through this apartment building early this morning, right around 6 o'clock in the morning, because of some sort of medical emergency. They believe that he may have had a seizure, which is what caused this crash. And we're told that a woman who was living at this apartment building was sleeping when this car came crashing through right into her bedroom. So very scary moments there. We're told that both of them were taken to Grady Memorial Hospital and they are expected to be okay. But this was quite a chaotic scene here earlier this morning. We had a crews out here making sure that the building itself was structurally sound, which is why they put this wood here and created this support system just to make sure that the building itself was okay. And then they also had to evacuate the 2 apartment buildings above us as well. So quite a chaotic scene. But again, according to the battalion chief that we spoke to here earlier this morning, the driver and the woman who was sleeping at the time of this are expected to be okay. That's the very latest here in southwest Atlanta. I'm Brooke Zahner, Fox 5 News.
Brooke, thanks. Now turning to a news alert out of southeast Atlanta, where a young man was found dead overnight. Atlanta police say he was shot in a driveway off of Woodland Avenue. Fox 5's Mark Teichner has the latest on that investigation.
Well, police managed to clear the scene this morning, but they still say it's early in the investigation as they try to track down the person responsible for this crime. Heavily armed Atlanta police officers spend the overnight hours looking for a killer. Police say a shots fired call came in from the 1600 block of Woodland Avenue around 11:15 Wednesday night. When officers arrived at the southeast Atlanta neighborhood, they found a man shot in the yard. Detectives tell us he died at the scene. The victim's name hasn't been released. Investigators say he appears to be in his early 20s. They're not sure if he lived at the home or might have just been visiting. Police found multiple shell casings in the road and even had to expand the crime scene because of that. Detectives say it's too early to know if this was a drive-by shooting. They spent the early morning hours talking to witnesses, hoping to piece together the details and possibly come up with a suspect description. Investigators are asking for the public's help. If you have any information about who the killer might be, you can give them a call right away. Reporting from downtown Atlanta, I'm Mark Teichner, Fox 5 News.
Police in East Point are searching for answers following a shooting that left one person dead and another hurt. Officers say 2 men were shot while sitting in a parked car near a Citgo gas station and a Piggly Wiggly. Right now, police don't have anyone in custody. A family in Clayton County wants to know who shot their 1-year-old dog in the face. The family says their dog Harley got out of their back gate in the Ridgecourt community. When she came back an hour later, there was a gunshot wound to her cheek. The family then took her to an animal hospital in Auburn, Alabama for better care. That's where she's been recovering until last night. The dog is expected to survive, but vets say it won't be easy.
Today we learned that she will definitely survive her wounds if she gets the appropriate care, which means like money and time. My question is why, and we would like to understand what happened and bring some justice.
We're told Harley will need serious care for months to come. Clayton County Police are investigating this incident. Some of the court-appointed defense attorneys in the sweeping RICO trial in Fulton County say they're not getting paid enough. One person even asked the court to withdraw from the YSL case. Angela DeWilliams says she is being paid egregiously low for the amount of work and attention this trial requires. That's a direct quote. She says the state's public defender council denied her request for a pay increase. 2 other attorneys say they're simply looking for fair compensation. Jury selection has now dragged into its 4th month. Oscar-winning actor Jamie Foxx is recovering after being admitted to an Atlanta hospital. His daughter Corinne shared a post on Instagram last night. She says her father suffered a, quote, medical complication. The family says he's recovering. The 55-year-old actor had been filming in town for an action comedy, Back in Motion, with Cameron Diaz. Jamie was last seen on set this Monday. DeKalb County parents will have another chance to meet the district's sole superintendent finalist after a town hall left some community members frustrated. Plus, We have new information on who's behind that massive leak of secret Pentagon documents. Stay with us.